go. I can show them how to do it when I'm in the zone. Before we start, let me puff that indigo. If I thrust, guaranteed you gon' feel it though. My intro for this real shit. When I walk the bridge and we build. Got the boy on kill clip. My team good and we rollin'. It ain't really hard to see that I'm fresher. I'm a F5 with Brock Lesnar. We ain't got time to listen. Yo, lecture. Let him put the title up and I get your bitch. Ask me, never made up. When the times got rough.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Dead on Dave. Welcome back to the channel. There I am, so fresh and so clean. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Of course, if you're here, it's because you know that this is the place to be for your NXT review. And as you know, I have yet to watch NXT, but I'm going to do it right now and give you my up to the second directly after segment by segment breakdown and analysis. Woo! Who does it better than the Fat Man? I don't know. Probably a lot of people. But hey, you're here, so buckle up. Let's go and let's start the show. NXT for June 24th, which was last night, 2015. Let's see what happened. Let's see the insanity. Let's see the best hour of wrestling each and every week. I'll catch you after the first segment. Here we go. 3:27 in, and we get we start with Triple H opening the show with all of the NXT roster members on the stage, and they're talking about the passing of Dusty Rhodes, and I believe this will be the last time that they do a public tribute like that. And it's cool. It's been a very emotional situation, and it's oh yeah, epic sneeze. It's been an emotional situation, and it starts the show in a very emotional manner, and it's going to be interesting to see where the rest of the show goes from here. And I can't wait to see. It's hard to say anything more about Dusty Rhodes. What hasn't been said? Legend. Awesome person. Sad. Too young to go, it seems, you know? But I think Triple H once again handled the situation correctly. And let's move on from there. Let's get into NXT. Let's see what happens, because it looks like Hideo Itami is coming out. First time that we've seen him since he's been hurt. Let's see what he has to say on NXT. More emotion, probably. It's going to be emotional. It's all emotional. Everything's emotion. I'm in a glass box of emotion. All right, here we go. Okay, almost 8 minutes in, and I've got to say something right now. This is awesome. Kevin Owens had a Roman Reigns declare moment. And instead of just trying to restart or compose himself, Kevin Owens turns it in to gold. He said, "Man, I stumbled so bad I sound like Hideo trying to speak English." That's how you turn something around. That's how you turn a mistake into gold. That is why Kevin Owens gets the praise that he gets. That's why Kevin Owens is the future, because he can do things that younger guys can't do. He does things that guys like Roman Reigns doesn't even think about doing. He knows how to turn a negative into a positive. Why? Because he's a consummate professional. He knows exactly what he needs to do to get that crowd behind him at all times. And he turned a really, really awkward situation, an awkward moment, into a hilarious vintage Kevin Owens moment. Let's get back to his promo, which is pretty damn good up into his little stumble that he turned into even more gold for Kevin Owens. Here we go. Let's see what's next. 11 minutes in, and wow, what an ending to that segment. Kevin Owens allowing Hideo Itami to speak and then yelling at the crowd, "Let the man speak." I love that. I love everything that Kevin Owens does. It's absolutely hysterical. And then he decides, after Hideo doubles down on the "you're a horrible person," terrible human being, actually, is what he said. He said, "I'm going to go hurt you for real this time. Since I'm getting blamed for your injury, I might as well do it for real." So that's what he was going to do. When Finn Balor comes out to make the save, he starts getting the best of Kevin Owens. Was about to give the coup de grace look from the stage, and then Rhino comes out to blast him. Now, this is really good storytelling, because there's all kinds of things going back and forth to different situations. Now, what they've done effectively here is, if they decide to go this route, is one thing I noticed about Rhino is he's no longer wearing the NXT shirt over his gear. So that now he's wearing Rhino gear. Now he's promoting Rhino the brand within NXT, and that's an important factor. That means he's probably staying around for the long haul. Now, what they've done by doing that little segment with Finn Balor getting on Kevin Owens to promote their match on July 4th and have Rhino get involved is it makes more sense now that Finn Balor's walking out as champion, because now he has a bona fide competitor, number one contender, already lined up in Rhino. A new feud already right there. So we have seamless transition. And if they decide that Finn Balor is not ready and they don't want to take the title off Kevin Owens for whatever reason that might be, because I really can't understand unless they just want to keep showing the NXT title on Raw and SmackDown, which is not a terrible strategy, by the way. Then you just have Finn Balor and Rhino, because you could have Rhino screw him in Japan. There's all kinds of things you can do to continue that feud. So, I mean, the possibilities right now are absolutely endless. And Rhino can even be the guy who steps forward and says he's the one who hurt Hideo Itami. Possibilities all over, just strewn all about. So good stuff, good storytelling, really smart booking here to kick off this week's edition of NXT. Let's see what's next, shall we? 15 minutes in, and you know my boys, they just came out, Colin Cassidy and Enzo Amore, along with the beautiful Carmella. And once again, I enjoy their entrance. You know, they do their thing, and Colin usually keeps really quiet, and Enzo does his spiel. And then Colin started talking. Just do the soft bit, okay? Do the soft bit. Don't do that weird, you're a couple of Ted. I know what he was trying to do. He was using movies. Movies to describe the opponents. And the weird Ted reference didn't make sense. I mean, it made sense. It just wasn't very good. That's the thing. And I don't know. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just do the soft bit. Be really big. Do the soft bit, and be dominating in the ring. That's all you got to do. Don't try to do too much, Colin. Please, Big Cass, don't do too much. Let Enzo do the heavy lifting, okay? You're Billy Gunn, all right? Can't talk. You just wrestle, and you have one good line. You say it. And he's the road dog, the guy who does a lot of the comedy in the ring, and he's your hype man. He's the guy who sells the team. That's what needs to happen. Don't go away from the script. Please, I'm begging you. Please don't do that anymore. No more. Okay? All right, let's get back to it. Let's see the match, because it's Jason Jordan and somebody. Let's go see what's going to happen. I wonder. Enzo for the win, perhaps? Let's find out. 20 minutes in, and we got the epic conclusion to Big Cass and Enzo versus Jason Jordan and there was no Enzo, but it was a roll-up victory for the certified G's and bona fide thugs. And they get the victory, and Jason Jordan continues to look for a partner. Not a great match. It was a filler match. That's what it was designed to be. It was a high intensity as far as getting crowd participation, and for that they achieved. But the match wasn't anything special. There was two things going on: Enzo and Cass continuing to win, and Jason Jordan continuing to look for a new tag team partner. So, I mean, in that respect, they accomplished what they wanted to. If you were expecting a better match, you were kind of misled, because there'd be better talent on the other side of the ring to give a better match to Enzo and Cass. And I think that there's a point to be made here, that not all matches have to be the epic kick-out variety. There doesn't have to be 17 spots in every match. There doesn't have to be a lot of intricate chain technical wrestling in every match. It's unnecessary. You're going to burn out on it. That's what NXT does good, is that they're able, or does well, probably is the proper English there, I think. I believe it is. I don't know. This is Barack Obama. And yes, we can. Yes, we can. I'm not a Cubs fan. I'm a White Sox fan. And that's why I don't like you, Barack. Because you're a White Sox fan. You're a White Sox fan. You don't add the Cubs to Twitter? You don't add the Cubs to Twitter? I'm sorry. I completely got distracted. Anyway. Oh, God. Stroke brain. Anyway. I forgot what I was saying. Woo! Oh, yeah. The storytelling within NXT. NXT could do different things in the ring, and that's what they did during this match. They were able to tell a story and further storylines without having the epic encounter, because you don't need it in every single match. And I think that's important, how you build a brand, build a corporation, build a federation, build a wrestling company. And that's what we're seeing here. And it's smart, it's well done. And you got to have peaks and valleys, and you got to have continuous and intricate storytelling. And I think that's what we got. So we have definitely something more going with Jason Jordan. And remember, Barack Obama, go ahead and put the Cubs on your Twitter, you president, you. I just don't want to say something bad about him. I don't know why. Because maybe I'm a pussy. I don't know. Let's get back to NXT. I believe we're going to... Oh, that's right. I forgot. After that match. Whoa. Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe. What an intense promo he cut. Screaming, let us fight. Let me fight. It was great. I loved it. I never cared what Samoa Joe said in TNA. Now I love hearing him talk. I love hearing him talk because he's intense. And it's really interesting. It's a lot of fun. So I'm really enjoying Samoa Joe, whether it be in the ring or in the back. Give me more Samoa Joe. Who'd have thought, if you've known me, if you've been here for a long time, did you think you'd hear those words out of this guy's face hole? Probably not. Let's get back to the action, and I believe we're getting some Dana Brooke action. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe she's not as green. Maybe a few weeks away, she's learned some wrestling holds. I doubt it. But let's hope, shall we? Let's check it out. 28 minutes in, and yes, I'm holding a gizmo. You see, I think it's important to have some stimulation. Anyway, Dana Brooke versus Cassie, one of the newest divas in NXT. And she was impressive. Dana was not. Now, that's the thing. Let's get out of shtick mode for a second. I'm gonna fling Gizmo at you. This match seemed to feature and focus on Cassie, who was way more impressive than Dana was, and that is something to be concerned with. You know, let's be honest here. Dana is supposed to be the one building, but yet she looked a lot further behind in the developmental process than this relatively new Australian Cassie, who I really like, by the way. I think she has something about her. I think she's going to be a really, really good wrestler. But it was, there was a lot of back and forth stuff. And what Dana is able to do to kind of mask some of the imperfections, shall we say, in her wrestling game is she really does draw a reaction. She's really good at that. And fans are very definitively split, at least in this crowd, which I got to say is much better than last week's crowd. And it was a really, I don't know, the match, it didn't suck. There was about a 3.5 minute friggin' stretch hold, but other than that, it was decent. Dana getting the win via this cradle shock, but I'm noticing more cuts in camera has to be done because her positioning in this match, again, about 3 times, the positioning was just really bad. And that's a problem. You have to start getting better with your positioning. And hopefully she'll learn that lesson before it's too late. But she's going to have more time than the regular diva because of the way that she looks. And because it's impressive. It's impressive, and she's got a lot of spunk and attitude about her. So let's get back to it and check out more NXT. See where we go from here. Oh, by the way, Charlotte had a promo that was about 3 seconds long. And she's like, I'm going to beat up Dana. That was about the gist of the promo. I don't know. Let's get back to NXT and find out what happens next, shall we? Here we go. Gizmo. I don't know, about the same time, about 28 minutes in, Finn Balor, we're getting the second part to Finn Balor's story. Pretty cool. I just wanted to stop and make a quick note. I think it's badass that he is a big-time Lego builder. How cool is that? Lego builder Finn Balor. Bet you didn't know that about him. So that's kind of cool. And the first thing they showed outside of the pirate ship, Star Wars. Has nothing to do with this. Star Wars, man. That was cool. I can't wait to watch the rest of this because I really do like this story about Finn Balor. So let's check it out. Let's go back and watch it and see more about the life and times of Finn Balor and his journey. It should be really interesting. 35 minutes in, and we just got the second part of the Prince Devitt story this time, which was really cool. Now, I was surprised at the things that they said. Like, I was surprised when they talked about the Fergal Devitt stuff, but now they showed Bullet Club things, they showed New Japan things. They really got in depth, and it was quite surprising, man, and it really cool look into his story and into his journey. And if you can't appreciate Finn Balor after that, I don't know what else is going to convince you. He's another guy who's a little bit aged. He's 33. Right now, this is the time. He's in the prime of his career. So don't look for him to dilly in NXT very long. I just see him, after a couple more feuds, he getting the call up as well. There's just not much more guys like him, even Hideo, Sami Zayn. There's just really not much more they could do, especially I think it's going to coincide with more of the next crop of big talent that's coming in, being led by, in my eyes, Yuha Nation. So it's just, this is NXT now, phasing in and new guys coming in and new guys going out, and the circle of life shall continue. I think it's really cool that they were able to get any ability to show New Japan stuff. With all the things that's going on with the rest of the independents right now and the rest of the other promotions seemingly joining together in some form or fashion with Global Force Wrestling, which is getting a lot of attention because now it seems like there could be a loose partnership with TNA and maybe even Lucha, and everybody kind of banding together, which I believe I called not that long ago. But with that, the one that they're probably not going to be able to get is New Japan. And if WWE could do something that WCW did back in the 90s, and that is doing a talent exchange, an exclusive talent exchange with New Japan, we're talking something different. And Triple H is very open to things like that. So I'm liking where the future holds for the entire industry. With a bunch of organizations looking at new ways to do business, it's only positive results for us. Because it's something that happened in the 90s that can easily happen again because people are getting tired of the same old, same old. Whether it be the organizations that are getting tired of their same spot or the fans getting tired of the product. Things are changing because they kind of have to. And it's kind of neat. But don't think that WWE is not cognizant of that. Hell, in my eyes, they let it. This whole NXT revolution is what's getting people off of their ass, it would seem, because WWE isn't being complacent. The move with NXT is very aggressive, and don't discount that. So that's my little take on that. Let's go ahead and get back to the action and hopefully another match. I want to see a really, really good match out of NXT. We haven't seen that yet this week, so hopefully that's what we're going to get right now. Let's check it out. 36 and a half minutes in, and yet we get more Bull Dempsey weirdness. I don't quite understand where the payoff is going to come with Bull Dempsey, but hey, it is what it is, and that's what they decide to do. So, yeah, I don't know. They showed a whole bunch of really embarrassing pictures of Bull looking like me, basically, but I don't want to show my belly. It's gross. You don't want to see it. So, yeah, it's pretty weird. Pretty weird stuff, and I don't know what the payoff is going to be, but they got to have something in mind, right? Right? I don't know. We'll see. Looks like we're getting the Hyped brothers, Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley next. Let's check that out. The Hyped brothers. That's their name. Really. It is. Hyped brothers. I'm going to kill myself. All right, let's see how it goes. 42 minutes in, and we got the Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder getting the victory over Angelo and Dawkins with the newly minted Hype Rider, which is a high-impact tag team move version of the Rough Rider. I gotta say I like it. Not a lot to the match, a lot of energy, a lot of high-impact moves. Good match. Like I said, it really gets you pumped up, and that's what it's supposed to do. I see something in the future building for Raleigh and Ryder. Not only in NXT, but I think that's how you re-bring in Zack Ryder to the WWE level as far as that tag team situation, which I'm kind of surprised they haven't already done with Zack Ryder. But this one looks like it can work, and I like the fact that they have a name. That's good news for Zack Ryder. So if you're a Zack Ryder fan, be happy because you know what? It worked with Cesaro and Kidd. So why can't it work with Ryder? And a guy like Raleigh, who's going to, this whole he ain't hype thing, I think is it could work. It could work. So it'll be interesting. Let's see what happens. Looks like we're getting an announcement from William Regal in his office with his beautiful potted plants. So let's check that out next. 47 minutes in, and we got the main event, Finn Balor and I almost said Ryback. Rhino about to happen, and Kevin Owens comes out and sits down for commentary, and I only bring it up because I think it's hilarious that he pushed the entire commentating crew over so he can get a seat. More gold by Kevin Owens. Let's check this match out and see if Kevin Owens gets involved. Should be quite interesting. I'm excited to see this match. Should be a good fight. Here we go. Rhino and Finn Balor. So there we have it. The end of the show. NXT is over. It was a great main event, man. I really enjoyed them. This was their best match. Finn Balor and Rhino was way better than the match that we got a couple weeks ago. Really good match. Kevin Owens stole the show, though. I mean, on commentary, man, he was killing it. Absolutely killing it. This is the most talented guy they've had on the roster since CM Punk. And I mean that with as best as you possibly can. I mean, in the ring, on the mic, right now, there's nobody better than Kevin Owens. Right this second, there's nobody. Not even close. It's just how it is. He was so good on the mic. Just go back and listen to his commentary. You don't even got to watch the match. The match was good. The match was perfectly fine. I have a little bit of an issue because the match was really good, but it got completely overshadowed by the commentary. The one thing Kevin Owens was saying not to do is what kept happening. He's telling him don't overshadow the match, but he kept overshadowing because he was so damn good. That's not really a good gripe because, hey, it was fine. But I enjoyed this week's NXT. I thought it was really good. I give it a 7.5. Maybe you can be talking to an 8, but I could be talked down to a 7 because some of the matches were not spectacular. But like I said before, it's not always about just having the type of high-scale, crazy matches. You don't need to have that. Sometimes it's about other types of storytelling, and that's what we got tonight. So, pretty cool stuff. I really did enjoy it. It was a lot of fun, and that final match between Balor and Rhino did it all for me as far as wrestling. So, I'm a happy guy. What'd you guys think of NXT? Let me know right in the comment section below or on Twitter at DeadOnDaveV. Other than that, that's all I got. I really appreciate you guys joining me once again. You guys are awesome. You're the best people in the world. Allow me to do what I do. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you're checking out everything else that goes down in the community. Check out Tommy C on Shot from the Point, all the hockey craziness, and now he's getting into the video game world of hockey and stuff and having a lot of fun with that. So make sure you check him out. And, of course, Joe Cronin, that's Joe Cronin Show. He's doing all kinds of videos, more videos than he's done in a very long time. And if you want to hear his views on Global Force Wrestling, make sure you go check that out. Don't agree with him on it, but hey. Global Force Wrestling is Global Force Wrestling. We'll see where it goes. It's still very infancy. Little too early to get super excited about it. But I will say this. Jeff Jarrett going back to TNA is something I don't think anybody saw. Him going out at Slammiversary, I think, while I'm not personally interested in it because I can't stand Jeff Jarrett, I think he's horrible, mostly. Now especially at his advanced age, I just don't think he brings anything to the ring. I think it's proper and it's the right thing to do and allows him to go out in the company that he virtually built, and so that's a good thing. And if that allows Global Force Wrestling and TNA to work together in the future, then that's even better. By the way, just so you know, Jeff Jarrett still owns at least a little bit of portion of TNA, so this isn't so out of the realm of possibility or so crazy. So it makes a lot of sense on a lot of different levels. But I digress. Hope you guys enjoyed everything going on, and thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We'll see you next time. Stupid fly, get away from me. Like, subscribe, and share. And remember, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Okay, here we go. I can show them how to do it when I'm in the zone. Before we start, let me puff that indigo. If I thrust, guaranteed you gon' feel it though. My intro for this real shit. When I walked the bridge and we built it. Two hoes got the boy on kill cliff. My team good and we rollin'. It ain't really hard to see that I'm fresher. I'm a F5 with Brock Lesnar. We ain't got time to listen. Yo, lecture. Let him put the title up and I get your bitch. Ask me, we ain't never made up. When the times got rough, we ain't never gave up. Boy, you next to the one like Morpheus. So the NLO can't fuck with us. That's real talk in this purple rain. Know some real dudes that'll bring the pain. Stay fresh, rock shades like Johnny K. So they got a bad bitch, don't sew on your blade. He ain't put in work, we can ask your girl. Man, cause she said I'm the best in the world. When it comes to the game, they honor me. I destroy your league, Sean Connery. That's a mere depiction what I'm clone like. Team on like a hard light. Love bad girls, that's all night. With a gang of weed and we all right. Found my inner Himoli. We don't run from victory. Keep pouring off that smeared off. I've been a boss like Tommy C. We work hard, ain't nobody that's fresh. You ain't gotta compromise, gotta analyze. Cause they call the boy Brock Lesnar. Bitch, my partner Dave, he dead on. When they call it smoking, I was in the zone. Take control of your destiny. Lord knows I do it for the family. And that's real. We work hard, ain't nobody that's fresh. You ain't gotta compromise.